Before I start the following, what I'm about to say in the following was not based on research but personal knowledge, and if anyone else wants to know what they need to do when coming to being involved with dealing with emergency situations, then do a bit of research so that you can be prepared when coming to dealing with emergency situations in general. When coming to dealing with emergency situations of any kind, it's important that we have up-to-date information on what is currently happening and what advice that was given when coming to dealing with situations in question. We could use our computers and our phones, but I don't think they would last for 72 hours or 3 survival days. My reason for why we couldn't use our phones or computers was because they would need to be hooked up to a phone network, regardless if it's a landline or even a mobile, and and an internet connection if you want to browse the internet from mobile phone or computer. But if the network gets cut off for some reason, you can't make phone calls or even access the internet. Another thing that I can think of for why we can't use our phones and computers during that period, it needs electricity for them to work. And even if they have batteries built into them, they would last not that long, and they need electricity for them to charge. If there's no electricity to power their chargers, then the batteries on those devices would go flat, which makes the phone and computers useless to use. Also, they built-in batteries would not last for a few days, and afterwards they would be useless. But however, a device that I can see to be useful in emergency situations would be radios like the ones that would receive AM and FM, and in some broadcast areas digital radios as well, because they broadcast up-to-date information about the current emergencies and giving out current instructions on how to deal with the emergency situations in general. Another form of radio that could be useful in emergency situations would be CB radios, citizen band radios, and ham radios. You can communicate from one to the other and receive broadcasts from them, which is good in a way of getting information about the current emergency situations and also alert others about the situation that is close by. But when coming to owning a ham radio of some kind, it requires you to get a ham radio license, which you can get from the broadcast regulator, as far as I'm aware. But on the other hand, CB radios don't require a license, and that you can use them without one. But you just need to check if those kinds of radios need a license to operate them, because broadcast regulations vary from country to country. Even if you did get a license for those radios, having them around in case of an emergency would be a good thing. Having a radio that receives AM and FM signals and also CB and ham radios around in emergency situations is a good thing to have around when coming to getting current information on the emergency situation that is happening in your area. You have come to the end of this recording. If you have listened to this entire recording and made it this far, then I wish to thank you for listening. But for now, bye-bye, listeners. The following contents have been written, announced, recorded, edited, and released by Patrick Gunning and copyrighted in 2025 by Patrick Gunning, aka PFGUN0.